Then we're going to get into some detailed questions.
All right. Well, first of all, I'd like to thank you for inviting me out today. Really appreciate all the exposure to biogeogenetics has been getting lately. Quite frankly, a little bit about biogeogenetics. Biogeogenetics is the first black-owned company that was put together from the ground up without any outside money. No grants, none at all. We own our own formulas. They're patent pending. We did all of the work, the research ourselves. We have currently over 2,000 people who are vested in us as far as biogeogenetics is concerned. So we have a lot of people out there who know about biogeogenetics. Now it's time for you guys to be exposed to biogeogenetics as well. Like I say, my name is Dr. Warren. I'm the father of biogeogenetics, and today I'm going to walk you through some of what I call my children of health. What I'd like to start with, which is one of our promotional ones, as we have right here, is called the Bio Juice. Now, I know what you guys are probably thinking, another juice. Well, yes, it is another juice. But let me drop a little bit of science on you. All of the juices that you guys have been buying in the past, you've been buying what is called dead juice. Did you know that, Tari?
Yeah, from you?
Yeah. Every juice is pasteurized. Even if you go to the bigger stores to buy the juice, and it's a $6 juice, all of the juices have the same thing in common. They have all been pasteurized. So if they're pasteurized, that means they have no life in them, correct or incorrect?
Correct.
All right. So what we have done with the bio juices is that we have gone and flash fermented them. Flash fermenting a juice gives the juice the probiotics and the enzymes and the amino acids back. In essence, it's like the juice that is in here, it's like it's just been picked off of a tree. Pow! Because the enzymes are in it, it's rich.
And that's important.
That's very important because it's not pasteurized. Okay? It's an actual living juice. And not only that, it's because it's a living juice, it's going to give you the benefits for the part of your body and what you need. Like for an example, why in the world would we have had tropical punch as used for something for blood pressure or circulation? Why? Why do you think?
Just because it's red and it resembles the blood.
There you go. There you go. It's very hydrating for the blood. So if it's very hydrating for the blood and it also has the probiotics and the enzymes in it, then naturally when you drink it, it's going to help with the deficiency that is causing high blood pressure and bad circulation. And you notice I say deficiency because we don't cure anything.
Right.
Okay, we don't even get me started. We can't cure anything, but we can give you a supplement to fight off the deficiency which is causing the problem to exist. That's not curing, that's simply putting the building blocks back for the deficiency to become void. How about that?
Peace and love to the family. Just Tarif Unc L coming back to you with Indigenous Media. All right, today's date is February the 20th, 2019 Gregorian calendar. So what we're going to do is we're going to get into further into our 7-day agenda. The previous part should have Dr. Cornelius in the health introduction. But what I want to get into is some further health information. What we have is in the area of health or just science and health. What I want to hit on is a bacteria that actually eats electricity. So this is, in the area of science. So and I wanted to bring this because I guess I'll explain the significance of it shortly. The fact that the matter that you have a bacteria that will produce electricity. Some of the information and the background behind this is that the electricity is brought out from the electrons from rocks and different metals. Now, what happens is that at a high voltage, these bacteria will eat the electrons and transfer electrons back to electrodes. Now, when they get rid of electrons, what they end up doing is producing electricity. So the intelligence that's going into the bacteria is so important is because the bacteria actually forms a network and it creates a communication, like a bio battery. So the significance behind me bringing this up is the assignment is for you to research bacteria that produces electricity. There's also a bacteria that's within your body that produces electricity. So I encourage all of these students of AU Gansu, She Clan, progeny of the She, Yamasee, Native American Moors, and those that are listening, if you do participate in the assignment portion, is to understand the significance of this is because we use electricity in a great deal of our life. So if there's a way, what scientists are looking at is if there's a way of harnessing or using this bacteria to produce it biochemically. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be a lot of areas that this will benefit from health to environmental, also moving into the area of industrialism. So I just want to go ahead and bring emphasis to that, and I'll leave that there. The next part that I want to go into is the area dealing with children. So what I want to do is bring light to a 24-year-old Ugandan engineer who created a device to test malaria. And, this is underneath the category of children. So the reason why I'm doing this is because a lot of the media, a lot of the news don't promote the accomplishments of our people. So someone has to bring it forth so that those that are unaware at this time and those that are trying to teach their children could understand the accomplishment. This is also for what you want to call inspirational purposes. Just to know that a young brother did create a device, so went to school, created a device, and the malaria test is called the Mati bamboo, and this is Swahili for treatment. So the good thing about this device is that it uses light and magnetism in addition with the red beam of light scans. And this is important. This invention is important. The reason why I picked this invention is because malaria affects over 600 million people every year in the continent of Africa. So this device that's able to test and further help people get treatment is very important. So again, I want to give heads up, Ugandan brother here, section of children. The second part B, wanted to make acknowledgement, is a 15-year-old Memphis teenager that received a perfect score on the ACT test and also has a 5.0 GPA. This again was not broadcast across the media. Whenever we do something good or we have some young family that exceeds expectation at a large amount, it gets brushed under the rug. So I want them to take the time to acknowledge the young brother. Don't have his name, but if you look up the Memphis team perfect score, this young man got a perfect score on his test. Number C, or under the letter C, I wanted to acknowledge the sister Julia Nepper. Julia Nepper, Nepper. This is a young sister that at the age of 23 has a PhD from Wisconsin University, and she started at 12 years old. So this is very important, very significant. Kudos and honors go to the sister, Julia Nieper. Also, you'll see it on the diagram of the YouTube for the system. Also always, if you get an opportunity, again, this is for acknowledging and inspirational purposes for our children. Um, she received a bachelor's at 16 from the University or UNCW. So again, this is very important, and I want to always big up the youth, give them their props. So that concludes the section for the youth. Now, the section that I'm moving into now is under the category of women. All right. I wanted to acknowledge and bring attention to the sister Jasmine Truesdale. Jasmine, Jazmin, Truesdale, Truesdale. I'm excited about this because, this sister created a Black woman comic universe, and all of the superheroes are melanated women. The inspiration behind her doing this was the fact that every time that we look into a comic, it's always a Mukasu or Albion woman, and there's no representation or inspiration for young melanated girls or women when they're reading these books. Now, what she did was she attended the University of North Carolina, and she called this the AZA universe. She had a background or has a background in business, and this business that she had led to her being an author. She released her first edition in 2016. So also, I want you to investigate and look up Dare to Be Legendary is Dare to Be Legendary. This is online. You can Google this, you can search this. Dare to Be Legendary. This is a company. This is a free online based learning lab that teaches business to young people. This is very important, very inspirational. The purpose for me of doing the Indigenous Media, again, is in connection with the NGO 37801. This is all for inspiration purposes, specifically for the students of the AU Gansu to go out and research and add on and develop and make yourself a better person on what is going on positive. The media that is out here at this current time is not to our benefit. It's not healthy, intelligent food to take in, and that's what I'm making the effort to do is bring forth intelligent food that's in reference to indigenous melanated people. The next party I wanted to acknowledge and give honors to is Dr. Nadine Burke Harris. Dr. Nadine Burke Harris was appointed California's first Surgeon General. She also has a master's in public health. She also is the national leader in pediatric medicine, and she's also the CEO of the Center for Wellness, Youth and Wellness. So please take your time and investigate. Take a look at Dr. Nadine Burke Harris is the first appointed melanated sister as a Surgeon General. So we want to give honors and respect to her. The next section that I wanted to get into is dealing with our story. The emphasis of dealing with our story is going into some misconception that's given in this country and with our people as a whole. The misconception is that there is a entity called a devil, or all-resisting entity called the devil. So the point of me bringing this up into our story is within the indigenous culture on the Americas and the majority in the native Akibalan or Ganawa, instead of using the word African concepts. Well, I just have to mention African, so-called African, because that's what people relate to. So just to make an emphasis that there is no devil in the African spirituality. There is no name for the devil in most African language. What this is superstition that was brought into the psyche of melanated men, women, children, and elders from the religion bases of Asia or Islam and Christianity. So you have to remember first that these two entities is mulatto offspring, mulatto patriotic offsprings that they brought in concepts that is damaging to the development of melanated people, melanated Nubian, so-called Black African people. So my emphasis is that this is a superstition. There is no spirit that is doing nothing but evil that exists. There's no spirit that's just sitting around doing evil. These things is equated to fairy tales. These are things like Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny, but it just has a larger backing, in in persuading people to, what do you want to call it? It's a persuasion and a distraction from people actually gaining the higher nature of themselves. So again, I just want to leave off that there is no demonizing or inter religious hate or violence in the indigenous Americas or Native African concepts. All right. So moving forward from our story, moving to the area of law. Just briefly on, this is going to be very brief. Um, the portions of law is I want the assignment is to look up what's called pretextual stops. Pretextual stops is, I guess, the legal word for being profiled. All right, and you need to know how to secure yourself from pretextual stops. The two things that I'm going to emphasize is to remain silent, and even if you know this, do not consent to being searched or your vehicle being searched. Only operate or consent under duress if you feel as if you're going to be threatened or you're being threatened by the entity that is approaching you, i.e., if they are pointing guns at you. And again, emphasize, you have the right to remain silent, and you have the right to not be searched. This is something, unfortunately, that because Nubian men and women want to get home to their families, they give up their rights. So, if that occurs, make sure that you know of your right being violated and move in accordance. All right, moving forward to the area of music. What I wanted to get you all to investigate and to research the assignment under music is to look under Black Gold Soul. That is BLACKGOLD, Black Gold, and separate. That's together. Black and gold is together in a separate word. Soul. This is also a playlist that is on YouTube. I'm actually have I have it playing in the background. One of the main things or the reason why I'm emphasizing this is because this is conscious neo soul. This is a music that's speaking to you. It has poetry also involved. It's something that you can share with your children during Black History Month. So please take a look at Black Gold Soul. The next area is movies. What I want to bring up under the category of movies is this movie was done. Well, this movie, the name of the movie is called Napoli Ever After, and one of our modern um, cultural favorites, young cultural favorites, loving basketball, Sanaya Latham. She had been doing a couple of questionable movies, but she sure did turn around and do a very inspirational movie here. Again, the name of the movie is called Napoli Ever After. And what I want to get into with on this subject is this deals with the self-esteem and the pressure that's put on melanated Nubian women in this society. Um, you know, the fixation with making sure that the hair is emphasized and part of the beauty standard. So, you know, the thing is not wanting to give everything away on the movie, but it's a travel that she makes into accepting who she is. Also, some of the other things that I want to point out is the influence of family members. The um, passed down generational effects from mothers to daughters. And it's misconceived notion because the brothers and the men of this time really do not want that from their women. And this is something out of slavery that the sisters is battling with at this current time, this emphasis. So again, emphasized in February 2019, emphasizing this because there has been such a big boom in natural hair and the acceptance of sisters' natural beauty. You know, also, the movie emphasized what is projected as the ideal look for the ideal man. Again, the the movie shows that even the ideal man is still trying to find himself. It also brought in the profile of young melanated young girls and the relationship between older older melanated women with young girls, and assistance with brothers that is taking care of their responsibility. So it emphasizes, not to go all into the movie, but to sum it up, it emphasizes the mental effects, and the overcoming the self-esteem accomplishments of melanin women and dealing with their hair and their relationships. It emphasized um, the parental influence from past generations. it emphasized the relationship between young women and young sisters. It also brings light to brothers taking care of their children also. So I want you all to go view this movie. It's a very inspirational movie. Napoli, Nappily, ever after. All right. And the last subject on hand is going to be dealing with the first so-called the first melanated Nubian, aka so-called black-owned cruise line. I want to give honors to the sister Patrice Nicholson, um, Yarbrough. She launched this cruise line, Blue World Travel Corp, in 1978. Let me say it again, 1978. Then she launched the Festival at Sea with an African American twist in 1992. Right now, she's currently on her 28th sail in 2019. This is so this is so big and so paramount. Um, but I'm going to finish it up, and then then I'll get into why the significance of it. What she does on the cruise line is she has entertainment. She emphasized line dancing. She has Zumba, speed dating, and family feud. Some of the large and grand accomplishments is that the cruise line has raised money for college students, have donated over $400,000. Also, one of the encouragements is for the participants on the cruise to donate children books. At this particular point, it has been 500,000 new books donated that's been able to be contributed to the Caribbean and South Africa. I mean, let me listen. When our people say that there's nothing big going on, man, listen. The reason why this was the most important one out of all was because, you know, is probably more rappers and more entertainers and more sports figures that have more money than her. But one thing that Marcus Garvey was attempting to do is to have the cruise line back to Africa. No one is no one is promoting or bringing attention to this sister, Patrice. I'm sorry, Patrice Nicholson. Yeah, bro, you all got to look this up. This is a model to follow. It's just hidden behind entertainment, but to have a actual vessel. So I'm emphasizing the fact that you have an actual vessel. That a sister has a business with an actual vessel. Not only does she have a vessel that is donations given for people to go further their education. It's also that's the young adults. The second layer is this book for children. But what's going on is a lot of people across the country they are investing into the wrong things. So just imagine if we had 10 cruises, that means that we have 10 boat cruise owners. That means that we can go in and out of the country at will. We would not be anchored to the United States. So if anybody listen, the assignment is to invest in a cruise ship. You know, look up again. I'm gonna repeat it again. Blue World Travel Corp. Research the assignment. So I'm gonna go back on the assignments, overall the assignments. Research and investigate. Report back the festival at the sea with an African American twist. All right? Research and report. Your homework is on Napoli Ever After, the inspiration behind that movie. The class assignment is also on some of the poetry and the inspiration from Black Gold Soul. Again, Black Gold Soul on YouTube. Underneath, that's underneath music. Underneath law, your assignment is to look and understand pretextual stops. Your assignment underneath our story is to investigate the origin of a devil and continue to rid and detox yourself of entities and brainwashing and hypnosis that is by people. The spell has to be broken. So that's the reason why I'm bringing this up. Underneath the women, and speak and talk to the young children about Dr. Nadine Burke Harris, the first Surgeon General. Look up her businesses. Um, Look up her. She's the CEO of the Center for Youth Wellness. All right. Second, the sister Jasmine Truesdale with the Black Woman Comic Universe. You should be ordering these for all the young girls in the area for Black History Month. Again, the universe is called AZA, AZA, the AZA universe. And her organization is called Dare to Be Legendary, which again is an online learning base that teaches business to young people. We gotta overemphasize these things. All right, now underneath the children, again, giving honors to the young 23-year-old Julia Nepper. You know what I'm saying? Maybe look and see if you all can email, Instagram, find out if you can get tutoring. This is a genius. This is a melanated sister that's a genius. Also, look into the young brother that got the perfect score. These people are geniuses and they need to be honored and communicated with on a larger scale. Big ups to the Ugandan brother that made the malaria testing device. Also, underneath the category of science and health, look at the bacteria that produces electricity, right? Because you got to get ahead of the curve and ahead of the game. All right. And again, honors out to Dr. Cornelius for bringing us the biogeogenetics. So, you all have researched the biogeogenetics website, the biogeogenetics on Facebook and on YouTube and so forth, dealing with our health program. And I'll see you at the next time. NGO 37801, Indigenous Media, AU Gansu University. We Are Music. February the 20th, 2019. I, Tariq on L. Until the next episode. Mama said I could be anything. That was the dope part. When I grew up, planning my dreams is downstream from the
I do believe I smell fear. I'm a Green Lantern. I fear nothing. Fear is the enemy of will. Will is what makes you take action. Fear is what stops you and makes you weak. Makes your constructs feeble. You must ignore your fear. When you're afraid, you can't act. When you can't act, you can't defend. If you can't defend, you die.
What is that? It's the energy that's generated from the central battery. Its power comes from the will of every living creature in the universe. It in turn which in turn charges your ring. Even you're surprised entirely in the energy. What's with all the green? Green is the color of will. The Guardians harnessed will because it's the strongest source of energy in the universe. It's the energy that's generated from the central battery. Its power.
Hey, you gone sue Indigenous Media, Tariq Unc L. We coming forward 2018.
By using the all. And here, El Kulun. I am in the middle. Wakun, Ashokesu, Binu. And all love is in me. And here, Paragon, El Kulun. I am a part of the all. While Kulun is with Paragon, me, and the all is a part of me. And here, Wahid, my El Kulun. I am one with the all. While Kulun is with Wahid, my me, and the all is one with me. And I can succeed as a part of the all. And fail as an individual. I can be all that I wish in the all. As long as my wish is to stay in the all. And
Ha ha ha!